Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for another love themed card for February. So this time I have got these bits and pieces in front of me. I've got this Stamps by Me die set, which actually works with, it's really old, probably a few years old, but it's so timeless. It comes with washi tape, and then you stick your washi tape on whatever card you want, and then you cut it with your dies, and then you get lots and lots of beautiful embellishments. So I've cut loads out and I'll be using them for this project, and you can see I keep a bag of them like this, and then you keep them for your projects. And I thought it was really nice because it goes with, you know, the theme with the reds, which looks beautiful, the reds and pinks. And then this die set here is actually a box die set. It's called the Heart Layering Lace, and I have taken loads out, that's why they're a bit of a mess, so sorry if they're looking so messy. But it's beautiful layered hearts, and you can use them for the box that it comes to create with, or you can use the layers for your cards, which is exactly what I'll be doing. So I'm going to just move these to the side and I'll show you what I have. So for this card, I'm using a 7x7 card blank. I've got my layers that I'll be using, and then my sentiment, which says Forever Yours, and this is using one of the TONIC Forever Yours small sentiment die sets. Sorry, dies. It's actually a set because there's a shadow layer as well, which I won't be using. So really simple. I'm going to create like an aperture. So to do this, I have actually put my card through my die cutting machine with one of the heart layers, and I'm going to just remove that. So I've used some of the Craft Perfect tape. It is actually the best tape you're going to ever use on your dies, and I'm not exaggerating, I absolutely love it. I've been making cards for years and years, and this tape comes like this. Let me just show you. This Craft Perfect die tape is the best. It doesn't leave residue, it doesn't tear card or paper. It's just amazing. I love this stuff. So I use that to create this layer. So I won't be using this heart, and I'll probably use it for another project. I'm going to put these to a side. So now that I've got my aperture, I've also taken the same die and cut inside a 6x6 piece like this, and that is gonna sit in like that. So I'm gonna create a tiny little shadow, so it's the next layer up, sorry, and it's gonna create this layer here. So the reason I've got this layer is because I want to be able to tuck these behind the actual black layers. So I'm going to move this to a side for now, and I'm going to work on this piece here. And the reason I'm going to work on this one is because if I've got any that are sticking out from here, I can just cut them off after. So let's go in and add some glue and decide where I want these placed. So I think this one I'll probably have like this. So I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue here to the edge, and then bring this back in and have it poking in like that. Maybe just move it down a bit. In fact, I can just do this and then have a bit of overlay here like that. Then I've got another piece here which is really beautiful. I might have this, so I don't want anything above the heart. I might have it like this and then cut the excess off. So let's get some glue on here. Like that. And you can play around it because I am using some wet glue. You can just move it around and have a little play. And then maybe just stick these two together like that, so it's not flopping around. Just hold that down a minute. So the reason I'm doing this because I still want that prominent heart shape, but I also want all these beautiful flowers coming through. Then I've got this piece here, which I can probably have here. I really like that red, so I'm going to have that there. So glue here, and then bring this back in. Like that. I'm going to just wait for that to dry. I'm also going to check in my bag, do I want to add any more? So I have cut them out and kept them in this bag. So I'm just thinking, do I want a bit more of this? Because you can just snip into them. I might just add a bit more from here. I'm going to go in with my scissors and just cut a little section off. And probably have that coming out like this. Or do I want it going under? I think it looks better going under. I'm going to add a bit here, there. Like that. Push that down. Then I'm gonna turn this around, make sure it's stuck down. I could add a bit of tape here, which I am going to do actually, just so that it secures that big piece in. So just putting some tape on there, a tiny bit here. And this is a double-sided tape, so it's also going to stick my actual layer down as well. Like that. Bit here. And then a tiny bit up here. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with my scissors and trim off the excess. I'm going to do it this way because then I can see where I'm going, like that. I don't want any of this coming through. And then this section. And a tiny bit on top here. And that is that. So I'm going to bring this back in. And this is going to sit on top of here, like that. So then I've got an aperture. That is so pretty. So let's get this stuck on. Remove the backing of these tapes that I've just put on. And I've got no nails at the moment, so it's really hard to take these backings off, but we can do it. And then I'm going to go in and add my glue. All the way. Not here, because that's going to be coming through this bit otherwise. Just where the heart isn't cut. Okay. There we go. And then I'm going to put it back over here and place it as best as I can. Like so. That looks so pretty. And then for my sentiment, forever yours, I have doubled it up, so it's quite almost like a chipboard now. and I'm gonna put this down here like that. I could have it slightly, no, I think I'll have it here. So let's get some glue on here. And then give that a little squish down. And I think I'm going to leave it as that. I think it looks really elegant and really beautiful. So that's how that looks. That's how it looks from behind. You could add vellum if you wanted, but I think it looks really nice the way it is. And that is my beautiful heart aperture card saying forever yours. So that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.